dude.
We'd like some money.
Yeah, money.
Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed? 10-6-9er, 10-6-9er, we got whores in the city. We need backup now. Don't be so dang literal.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Oh my god! The government is here! Run!
Hey, barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Ich bin ein Springfielder.
Shut the hell up. I've got the strangest feeling someone's gonna kick his ass.
And I did it. We are live.
Hi.
What's up?
Hello, hello.
Look at that. Totally Toonular. We're here. And guess what? Look at that. We got our old co-host here. Nicole's back.
Hi, I'm here. Oh my gosh, I've missed you all. Yeah, it's been like almost a year since I was on the show.
Yeah,
So
it's been a while. And,
yeah,
you know, because when I saw that you were posting about Arcane, I was like, oh, well, we're going to talk about it anyways, so why not, you know.
yeah, it really
bring
was.
it back on.
We were just like together in person. You're like, oh, do you want to come on? I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were. I was like about like 4 buy one get one Myrtle Pub deep. That was like those last episode we were on.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
are they
Yeah.
giving you like free drinks now? Because they should be, with as much as you talk about the Myrtle Pub.
And as much as we've been
Like,
twice in the past week.
Yeah, exactly. I just keep
They-
bringing people there.
They're
Yeah.
low key sponsoring this program.
I wish.
Oh my, they should. Myrtle Pub.
And the thing is, like,
do
as
that.
much as I love it, I shouldn't talk about it as much as I do, because I'm also afraid, you know, if I keep talking about it, more people start going, then I lose, you know, like the sanctity of the chillness. you know?
Your spot's gonna get blown up entirely.
That's like the most Bushwick thing I've ever heard in my life. I want my spot to remain as uncool as possible,
Yeah.
please. The less popular, the better. That's the Brooklyn way.
Fuck yeah,
Dude,
that's how I live it.
As that's anywhere. Like, honest to God,
That's a
is-
good point. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
places I've been while I've been up here in Portland, it's always like the little hole in the wall, and you start like counting heads when you go in. And luckily, everywhere I've gone has been like old man style, so it's, you know, the clientele dies
Nice.
off after a certain time. So
Because, you know,
Oh.
there's
Like-
there's the Alligator Lounge. You know, we had our shitstorm rap party there, and
Oh, yes.
and now ever since it's been featured on fucking Nathan Fielder's show,
Right. Yeah.
it's even more annoying and packed than ever. Still.
Yeah.
see, yeah,
True. Yeah.
no, I'm talking like what is it, Tom's Pancake House?
Nice.
I'm talking the Black Bear Diner. All of these spots have like rotating doors for, like, you know, elderly, because they like
ramps instead of
so
stairs.
Once it gets cool and once it gets hip, it's fine, because you know what? Another fucking space just opened up at the diner table. You know, whatever. Anyway,
Go for all like the early time specials or whatever the early
Bro.
bird specials.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the life.
early birds and blue plates, baby.
Word.
But Nicole, man, welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be back.
How's it going? I mean, this is what, you've been in New York full year now?
Yeah.
Over a year?
Over a year. Yeah, I'm still up in Washington Heights. Oh, crap. Okay, strangers, you didn't hear that, actually. I'm living...
New York City is a big place, all
That's
right?
true. No, I am living uptown still, rocking and rolling,
You're an
walking
uptown
a lot.
girl.
I am an uptown girl, Billy Joel. Hi, that is me. Yeah, everything's cool. I don't know. I am still like writing some screenplays that are taking me forever to do. I actually had a screenplay get into a couple of festivals last year.
Oh,
That was
shit.
cool.
What festival?
Nice.
One was like some British horror festival, and another was like some other festival.
Shout out to that other festival.
Wait, is it still working? Hello.
Yeah, you're
yeah.
good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. If the festivals ever hear this podcast episode, I totally said the right ones, and that was just like dubbed in.
Well,
Yeah.
we're live, so I don't know. There's not a lot of editing going on here.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, so got into a couple festivals. I can't remember the names of them. I'm very sorry, but they did. And what else have I been doing? Oh, I did some sketch shows.
Yeah, you've gone back on stage a bit,
yeah.
which is cool.
Yes, that is
Nice.
true. And in 2025, I might be doing more of that. In the last sketch show I did, I was just acting, and next year I might write and act.
So do you
again.
prefer the stage over like film?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
Film 100%. Stage is just like quite accessible in New York, I'd say.
True.
I mean, film is too, but like stage, I don't know.
There's a lot of stage acting.
There's a-
I mean, yeah. It's
Yeah.
kinda-
Yeah.
No, but
And
definitely.
there's a lot
film.
of venues looking to break the next person. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
like comedy troupes. There's a ton of all of that up there.
Yeah. Improv is just always, I don't know, there's always new improv shit to do. But no, definitely prefer screen stuff. So I don't know if anyone ever wants me to act in something for money.
We all want some money.
Yeah, that's key. But so that's really my life. Yeah, I think I covered it all.
Oh, that sounds
everything.
fun. I mean, yeah, getting back on stage, like getting your creative, juices
Yeah.
out there in the
Yeah,
world.
I perform sketch comedy. Everyone listening, everyone out there should check out the Instagram. It's called Screaming, Crying, Throwing Up, Fangirl Sketch Show. My friend Becky produces it, and a bunch of these fun people write for it and all this stuff. And I think I will be writing for it next year. I'll kind of see. So yeah, check that out. And if you're in New York and want to come see a show, I guess do it as long as you're not weird. But if you're like,
and we
weird,
got
I don't know.
we got Dwayne in the chat.
Hi,
He
Dwayne.
says, welcome
Hey,
back, Nicole.
Steve.
Thank you, Dwayne. Oh my God, good to see you. Me and Dwayne have been hanging a good amount this past year.
Yeah, you guys
We-
hung out in the park not too long ago, right?
Yeah, we got a hot dog. We were walking by the fountain. It was really cool. That was a great day, Dwayne. Thank you for hanging out with me. Yeah.
Steelers the man. Yeah,
Yes.
speaking of Steeler, don't forget, we did have our Steeler Fest announcement video.
Oh my
February
God!
3rd.
February 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna howl at the moon. We're gonna hail Satan. We're
Wait.
gonna celebrate the works of Dwayne Steeler,
Ben,
the
are you going?
Whiplash Maniac.
Are you going, Ben?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you are?
I'm
Better
coming
be
up
going.
for Steeler Fest.
Oh
Yeah.
man! Oh my gosh! I'll be there.
This is the most heavy metal Monday of your life.
I was gonna say it is a Monday,
Yeah.
right? That okay.
Yeah, heavy metal Monday.
Heavy metal Monday, indeed.
And yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah! It was let's say hell yeah
says,
something.
hell yeah, it was fun time, Nicole.
Yeah. Oh, it was Dwayne. I had such a fun time that day in Central Park. That was a nice weather that day.
But yeah, I mean, that's going to be I still think this venue really understands what we're bringing to the table here.
No, I don't think they do, James. That's the thing. I don't think anybody does understand until they have bore full witness to the spectacle that is Dwayne
Yeah.
Steeler.
And
Do you
all
know
of
what
it.
I'm saying?
We're going to celebrate it all in one gathering.
In one massive shebang.
Yeah.
Everything from a straight up and down performance
Yeah.
to art on the walls,
He's going to be selling art.
Very cool.
to be selling art to the films. Like you're talking like an hour and a half of film alone.
Yeah, I mean, so far looks like I can't 100% confirm it yet, so I hate saying this on air, but it looks like we'll have about like a 2.5 hour block in total for the festival.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it'll be the first
Amazing.
time anyone will ever get to see the Knights and Steeler Service perform as a band.
Whoa,
Ever.
Yes.
that's cool. I didn't.
Yes.
I missed that somehow on Instagram. That's really cool.
Yes, they'll debut their new song that's featured in Portrait Payback called Night of the Wolf.
Nice.
Gonna-
Cool. I've seen that movie 3 times.
Yeah,
I want
Nicole's
everyone to know.
seen it more than anyone.
I've gone to a lot of festivals. That's it.
Number one Payback fan
Yeah,
here.
seriously. Yeah, someone needs to make me a shirt.
And also
something.
shout out to Dylan Greenberg, who asked to play Payback this week on Thursday. It's like a benefit show. What's the person's name? I don't want to.
Oh, Christine. Oh, Christine's my new friend. Yeah, she's awesome. Go check out that festival and hang out with Christine. If she's there or it's a fundraiser for her, go support Christine. Yeah, Christine rules.
Yeah, so she can have clothes and eat on Christmas and all that fun stuff. So you get to witness some payback, and then also, I think I said in my post, you get to support indie film, but also, support a human.
Yeah, Christina and I
Support a person.
Yeah, Christina and I went to Olive Garden recently and had a great time.
Oh, there you go.
So that's my personal
Olive
friend.
Garden gift cards. You want to donate those too?
You know what? Yeah, that's honestly a great idea. Yeah, that's a really creative way to support. So yeah, definitely do that.
So yeah, tons of payback out there, and come out to the show, the Video Dome. Great Dylan Mars Greenberg on Thursday. But actually, I guess by the time this comes out, it's already over. But if you're watching it live, come Thursday and support.
Yeah. I guess when this comes out Saturday, it already happened. But whatever.
Mr. Ben Johnson, you are not in the South right now.
I am
just
not
screened
in the
something,
South.
which had seemed like what's the number? You screened to about 130 people.
130 people, man.
Wow.
Outside of the Mahoning, and maybe Trauma Dance 2023. Maybe it's hard to tell like how many people were there because Beauty Bar is so small, and like 10 people feels like 100.
Yeah,
you know
there's
what
no
I'm
way
saying?
it was 130 people. I mean, there was a lot.
No
way it was 130.
Bro, this was a massive screening. We did really, really well. Our letterbox caught a pop the next day. People in Portland did
How many
Curse
people
of the
sucked your
Were
dick, Ben?
Huh?
How many people were sucking your dick?
Everybody was sucking my dick on the way out the door. It was the greatest thing. It was like you'd come by and it got to a point to where I just couldn't take no more dick sucking, so it'd be like you just move from one mouth to the next, But everybody got a taste. We'll
You
put
get a
it that way.
T-shirt and you get a little tip at the.
I forgot the show was coming on. I'm gonna
Get a little taste of the tip there.
Yeah.
It's been me and James by
I was
ourselves.
gonna say, really, the boys club, really, ever since I left. Oh my goodness.
At least I'm a lot more
Everybody-
sober than I was last week.
But yeah, dude, it was exceptional, and like honestly, what blew me away was it's basically an untested event. I think they've had. I say untested. They've had like one other.
Someone there is HIV positive.
Yeah.
What makes it? Oh, okay.
It's Portland. So many of them are.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I see. Okay.
Everybody swapping needles, like needle dope is huge up here. But the thing is, man, is it's like the festival, the organizers, the event guys, I think they've only put on like one, maybe two events before this. So they had a really good draw. And then I swear to God, I'm standing out there with T-shirts and some of our Shitty Shorts DVDs, and I'm literally just watching people walk in off the street due to the name of the film.
Oh,
I swear to God.
That's awesome.
What's this Curse of the Were-Deer?
Well, I saw the marquee, man. That is fucking sick, dude.
It really was.
Like movie theaters don't do marquees anymore. It drives me crazy because that's the coolest, best way to have your fucking name out there and have your movie title right there.
So I got in last Thursday night. So me and Kathy, my mother-in-law, she picks me up from the airport, and we're driving by the theater on the way there, and I look out at the marquee and I was like, oh, well, they're probably not going to put us up there because they do show like regular movies
So
as
it's like
well.
a regular theater too, right? Like you can go see Joker 2 or something.
You can go see The Substance. You can go see Joker 2. They're playing The Substance, actually.
Nice. I gotta see that.
But
Pretty great movie. Even better movie though, Ben Johnson. What are we talking about?
Curse of the Were-Deer.
Yay!
So when we drove by it, it wasn't up there. And in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, they're just going to keep up the movies that they're screening on there, right? They're not going to fuck with us. That's fine, too, whatever. And if they did put anything up, it would be the Hishkenstein After Dark or whatever. So it's Saturday night. I'm driving to the event, right? Or no, whatever night it was. I think maybe it was Friday night. Friday or Saturday night? Saturday night.
Yeah, that was Saturday.
It is Saturday. You're right. The 7th. I've already lost all my days, guys. Also, for the record, weed is really good in Portland.
That I
So,
believe.
pardon me. Pardon.
They had better weed before it even came out here.
Bro, let me tell you. So anyway, it's Saturday. I'm driving to the venue, and I pass by the front door to look for parking. And as I'm driving by, I see Curse of the Werewolf up there. And you know how, like, that one time I shit my pants and I called Jen to yell at her?
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
It literally was like the equivalent of that. It's like I saw it up there and I was like, fuck, where's my phone? Where's my phone? I'm like, we're on the fucking marquee! Screaming. I was ecstatic though, dude.
That's amazing.
Like, and then the crowd size, like, that's the other thing that blew me away.
130 people. That's a lot.
Of those people, there were at least 10 to 15 in there that had never heard of Trauma and didn't know what a Trauma movie was.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
And their introduction to Trauma was Curse of the Werewolf. That's I don't know. That's something. That's substantial, I'd say.
That's what I said. It was like a what do they call that? Like a high water moment.
You should tell them all to like contact Trauma and be like, "Where's Curse of the Werewolf? Where's this Blu-ray?
Where is it? Where is it playing next?
Yeah,
let's get it fucking out. How can I own it?
Yeah.
And then while we're talking numbers, real quick, I have another very interesting number.
Yeah.
4. 4 people got up and walked out.
I saw that one of the Letterboxd reviews. Someone walked out, but then left the review still that you had shared.
And it was a good review?
No.
No, that one.
But they still took the time to leave the theater, but also still be like, this movie's still in my brain. I have to at least complain about it on the internet.
Did they leave after they saw Sam O'Brien, at least?
Yes.
Okay.
In the very beginning, where they left was kind of funny, though. Where these 4 people get up and walk out was as the bachelor party was starting. So
that's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
When Alice and Jessa first pop out of the tent and they're all just like bouncy, these fucking 4 people get up and they're like, too much for me. If they had only stayed like 5 more minutes.
We're like, maybe we'll give this a try, and then that's when all the gay sex happens. They didn't get to hear any of the macaroni noise I put in.
Macaroni.
Oh, it's so good, that macaroni noise.
Yeah, so the sound played good? The sound was good?
That's what I was just about to tell you. For the record, sound was good and mixed through like proper like theater speakers.
That gives me a hard on.
There are a couple of things that I thought, because you know how like when you listen to something through like your laptop or you know the sound has limitations. Certain things will get picked up when if you watch them through a sound system, they're actually further down in the mix than you think. Just so you know, a lot of that stuff that I thought might be up a little too high, absolutely where it needed to be in the cops and they're honking. It's just this little like undertone through it when you hear it through real speakers like they should be.
Hell yeah.
It was baller. Sound was perfect.
Yeah. Love it.
Yep.
Nice.
The farts sounded great.
Well,
my God.
I was going to ask, have we talked about how Ben told me you added a fart in?
Oh, yeah. How does Nicole's new fart play? Or new-ish fart?
Yeah.
So, there were... It's really funny how the farts play. The first few times, you get a laugh. Then it's like once you hit maybe the 20-minute mark, when Connor comes in and he takes the dick out of Reeves's mouth and puts it on his cheek, you know? There's some farts in there. Those start to get groans. But then by the time that Sam O'Brien puts her feet back up on the desk, people have resigned themselves to the fact that this is the choice that we have made, and they still have 45 minutes more farts to go.
Wow. So
they laugh again.
So Sam O'Brien farts bring life back to the audience for Curse of the Werewolf. Is that what you're...
I mean, it hits in that moment. It hits in those moments.
Cool.
It's like one of those songs where you listen to it first and like, this is funny, and then you start hating it. And then it has like a come back around again, you know?
Yes, that's entirely what it is. And I think it's the constantness of it is what really starts to like what people feel.
What
You
about,
know what I mean?
what about
It's,
Connor's farts too? Because I know you wanted me to add Connor's farts in some of those pauses, and I did it specifically 3 times in the one scene with him and Game Warden. Spoilers. And did that live up to your what you dreamt it would be?
We get such big laughs. And then when Kevin Tick goes a long time, that one right there got both the biggest laugh and the biggest groan, both at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
Beautiful.
It was exceptional. But yeah, wonderful time up here. Great screening. God, I mean, I sold about $170 worth of stuff, so I had some
Nice.
extra running around money. It was good, man. It was really, really good.
130 people made $170. That's incredible. That's more than $1 a person.
A little more than $1 a head.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
I mean, I'll take it. It was great to have, like I say, a little extra running around money, and yeah, I see some friends for dinner tonight, and then we get back to it. You know what I mean? Back to the Tennessee grind. And you'll have to forgive me. I am knitting.
Hey, this guy's been knitting this whole time on air.
I know if you guys want to see where the excitement is and how everything really is, this is what you're looking at. I got
How'd you celebrate your big premiere? I just knit afterwards.
Yeah. That's very
honestly,
sweet.
Do you know what I did? I stood outside the theater with a bunch of buddies of mine from where I used to work up here, from Nike, and it was all our old recycling team came out, so it was really fucking rad. And we stood outside, we busted balls, we smoked some weed outside the theater, and I came home. I went to bed, and the next morning I went up and got breakfast. That was the big Portland celebration.
All right, well, that's pretty cool.
Was all the Nike guys are ready to quit their jobs and make your next movie?
Oh my god.
They've all since moved on. Nike did another big round of layoffs not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
All that corporate bullshit.
Where's
you know
Luigi
what I mean?
when you need him?
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Luigi.
Oh.
Oh, Luigi.
Damn, I didn't even think that joke would silence this podcast that much.
Well.
Sorry, I guess I'm the only one who doesn't like corporate billionaires firing people.
Nope, Luigi.
Speaking of Italian people, did you have a nice time screening Curse of the Weird Deer in Italy? I know this was months ago now, and the show has definitely heard about it, but I have not from you heard about it yet.
Italy, again, was amazing. We probably had 40 to 50 people in the crowd.
Nice.
We definitely got some new fans. We made some new friends. I keep up with a few of the people that were in the Italian crowd. So, yes,
cool.
It was a big hit over there, too. We're trying to figure out something to make and a reason to get back over to Italy next year.
Hopefully,
awesome.
Portrait of Payback in Italy.
Bro, I'm telling you, you should. Period, you should.
Yeah, I think the submissions are open now. I just gotta.
Cine Underground does have open submissions right now. Lorenzo is taking films, so get Payback in there. Anybody who may make something, get it in now.
Get it in. Yeah,
get it in.
I love that people love this movie, man. Yeah, because it's one of the hardest movies I've ever made. But I'm glad that it's good and that people love it.
Which one?
Weird Deer. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Weird Deer.
Yeah. Well, Payback
Payback both. But no, if that's the thing. After Power of Positive Murder this summer, I look back at Weird Deer and I was like, it was a fucking breeze, bro. If you guys think that was hard, holy shit.
Yeah, Ben, I saw you. The last time I saw you was 2 months ago? Yeah, so I don't know. I liked seeing you. You and I vibed well. I feel like
It was very good to see you.
we were walking
Yeah,
on sunshine
of
when we were
course.
together.
It's but Power Positive Murder was, in comparison to Werdeer, was
Yeah.
like apocalypse
I know.
now.
I know. I feel it for you guys. I mean,
But
I had a
Werdeer,
nice
take
time.
one. Go ahead, Nicole. Yeah,
No, I
I'm
had
sure.
a nice time, but I was. Oh crap! Is this working? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
You're good,
Hi.
you're good.
No, I had a good time, but I was saying to James, I was like a background actor, and I realized that that's just where I have to be every single time I do anything on a set ever. Because whenever you're a background actor, first of all, there's very little ego because like we're all just background actors. Like there was one dude I was talking to that was like from Boston and like works in consulting and was like, I'm just here because I'm a Trauma fan. And like just like people like I don't know. That's like if you want to just like completely be happy on a set, be a background actor.
that's also exactly why I hate background actors.
Yeah. There's like there's no pressure. It's just vibes. Like we're laughing,
Yeah,
we're
the
eating
crew
crafty.
is dying, and then you
Yeah.
know the background actors are like, "I'm in a movie." Oh.
Yeah. I was like dancing to like a song and like I don't know.
Yeah, they're always fucking dancing, eating all our crafty.
Oh yeah, it was. I had a great time.
Listen, in order to be able to provide that great environment, if you understood the literal trauma that we were going through and had navigated to be able to create that good environment for everybody coming out for nothing, it would be a whole different experience, Nicole.
I was like, I literally like, I was like, I'm gonna go right into my delusional pocket of joy. I'm gonna like just say hi to Lloyd and all these other background actors and eat crafty, and I had a fun time.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you had a good time.
I'm glad someone. Yeah, that's literally
Yeah.
what I was saying. James. I'm glad
Someone's
fucking
life
somebody
didn't get
did.
ruined.
No.
Someone's friendships weren't lost. You know.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, not to
my-
rub anything in. Just I don't know. Just I don't know the next
No,
time I'll be on
it's-
Totally Toonular
no.
talking about this, or let alone talking to you about it, Ben. Well, I guess actually at Steelerfest we will be. So.
It's fine. What is it? Power of Positive Murder completely changed the landscape of my life in very many, many ways.
It's
We'll
like,
put it
what
that
did
way.
Dwayne Johnson say when he was like making Black Adam? Like the heresy of the DC universe is about to change.
It's one of those things where it's like it is what it is. But now I look back at Werdeer and I was like, I can't believe I thought that was difficult. You know what I'm saying?
That was so
Yeah.
much fun. That really was a lot of fun. I have to say, really
I
did.
can't wait for people one day to listen to our Weird Dear podcast.
Oh yeah,
They can live it because I still haven't been able to relive it.
I know. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, I have a bunch of those in a drive for you
Yeah.
that are ready, and I'm telling you, man, I think we can start. Like you give each one a listen to make sure nothing else.
Yeah, I mean,
stupid is
I guess
said.
we could talk about it now. But like, I'm down to release it. I just thought there'd be, like something I can follow in the, with like the release of the movie. You know what I mean? There's like something I can like piggyback off of when it releases.
Well,
but,
festivals
yeah.
is these screenings. Like now is the time,
yeah, I
James.
guess now's the time to do it.
Oh my god.
Now is
Yeah.
the time.
All right, yeah, we'll release it. I said I've also had
Yeah.
some minor panic attacks.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But it's I do want people to listen to it because I actually think it's like one of my favorite podcasts that we've done because I think it's not just like, oh, here's the crazy shit that went down and us being mad and sad and happy, but it's also like here's what filmmaking is at its you watch behind the scenes documentaries and they're always edited, they're always like put a certain way to like cut it down and make something digestible. This is like us literally at the ass end of the day talking about the day, and you don't get raw filmmakingness like that, I don't think.
We can pass down through word of mouth, through actual documentation, what many would call the arcane notion of filmmaking.
Oh, there we go!
Oh, we got
it. The transition king, Leo.
Yeah.
We missed you,
So-
but that was pretty great.
That was a good transition, Ben. Because we were talking Arcane season 2. Hell yeah. So Ben, how
Yay.
much do you remember from Arcane season 1?
I watched the recap and was desperately confused.
Yeah, the recap
And then-
actually is awful. I watched like a recap on YouTube that was like 10 minutes long, way fucking better. And I was like, oh, now I remember. The recap they put on Netflix is awful.
I was so confused about where I was starting, and I was like, I'm just going to look at it as like a different show.
Yeah, it really, it did feel like a different show.
It does actually feel like a different show.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I guess when you have this
Definitely.
long between seasons, I think the last one was like 3 years ago, or whatever.
Were there like different writers? Does anyone know?
I don't know. I can check
Yeah,
it
sorry.
out in a
Yeah, I mean,
second.
I guess, or someone wants to Google that in the chat and tell us if there were
Well,
different
I s-
writers this season.
I still don't really know. Like, so League of Legends is a video game.
Yeah, which I've
right?
never played.
Yeah,
I never played either, and it makes me wonder if there's bound to be more like lore and more whatever that I don't catch and I don't understand because I'm not watching this. I can't, or because I haven't played it. I
You're
can't
not
connect
watching.
the dots. Because I haven't played the game. I can't connect the dots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I wonder.
Well, I
if
know the
there's
show
more
is
that-
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a prequel to the game.
Right.
Got it.
That's
That's
something
it.
I know.
That's the understanding I had too. It's like them before they become the characters you play in the game.
And
Got it.
the only thing I know from this recap video I watched on YouTube is that it's a lot of the weapons are the ones that are the most callbacks to the games. Like, there's no, like,
Yeah.
direct gameness that's going on, if that makes sense.
Okay. So the two, while related, are not necessarily. They don't have to exist. You don't have to know them both to
Yeah.
know them both.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, good, because like I went into this just kind of cold.
So-
Again, I watched the recap, didn't know where the fuck I was, and was just like, let's watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
so the end of season 1, you have the two sisters.
Right.
There's the bad guy, what's his name, Silas?
Oh, Silo?
Yep.
Silo, whatever.
I think.
I'm not good with names, but I do remember what happened.
Silco.
Silco.
I was so sad that it
Yeah.
was Silo. It's Silco.
Yeah, Silco.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Silco, he's the bad underground guy, and then he's trying to create a war to fight the rich people, above ground. The sisters are kids, their parents get murdered. Silco takes one of the Jinx. Well, they call her Jinx because she fucks everything up, and she gets kidnapped, and then the other chick, V, goes on her own, runs away after all their family gets murdered. Whatever. Then there's this time jump. Jinx is now working with Silco, but then Silco decides he's going to give up Jinx to the government so that he can have power over the whole bottom Undercity. They're making his own nation, the Silco
So you're
nation.
saying he's like a power bottom?
Ah!
Nice.
He is a power bottom.
That was a good pun.
No.
Got it. Okay.
Got it.
While also there's this guy Victor and this dude Chase, and Victor has discovered this magic thing and has made like weapons out of it, and that's where all the
Okay.
cool magic tech kind of comes out.
The hex tech.
Yeah, the hex
Because
tech.
it's
yeah.
like, magical technology.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And then the season ends, and I'm definitely skipping over a bunch of stuff, but the season ends with Jinx after she kills Silco. She decides, I'm gonna fuck the hierarchy completely. And while they're having their meeting, like this big, rich person elite meeting of should they invade the Undercity or not, Jinx just says fuck them and then nukes them immediately.
And nukes them there.
That's
yeah.
where the season takes off, when they're all like,
Right.
we see the smoke and all the dead bodies are everywhere.
And you're like, what the fuck? Okay. Great. So, yeah, again, like I'm sure, because I didn't go back and listen to what we said the first time. I love the animation in this.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I dig
Yeah.
I dig the art style. I dig all of that. I think I got lost in story this time, but I've
There's a
also,
lot of story
again,
in
like
this.
I've told you,
Yeah.
I felt like the first season, I mean, there was a lot of story too, but it was a lot like, underclass versus the higher class.
Yeah.
Like, that was the focus. This season was a little like, it kind of starts off that way, and then it gets like really heady with like we're in like going to the past, the future. There's these weird magic machines and becomes a cult and
there's the guy that's like the giant nucleus or whatever.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like, this is going in a lot of directions that I feel like we don't need.
Like Victor just became like pretty much the villain of the story out of halfway through the season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, so Victor is the one that is like the nucleus thing, the like atom, right? Or whatever.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, he straight up turned into Jesus
Oh,
halfway
yeah.
through the show.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the
right.
robe on,
Yeah.
the long hair, like the staff. Everyone's bowing to him. He's like curing them all or whatever. Like,
Yeah. Right.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I
It
totally felt like that whole theme was like very off-putting. For sure.
So, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's Jace, because he was standing right beside the person who got nuked and turned into that thing, right? And he's like, why does it affect him and not me? And that was Jace, right?
yeah.
Okay. So, like, where I start to get a little just kind of bummed out in something like this, and I guess it's maybe like, to me, I could equate it to like a D&D campaign. When the party gets splintered and you've got too much to keep up with is when it starts to get boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
absolutely. Yeah.
you can pack in so many awesome visuals. You can pack in like beautiful art and everything. But if your storyline in one episode splits 5 different ways and I have to keep up with all that shit for like 4 episodes, man, my brain is old.
Well, that's why I think like later on in the season, it's like why Jinx basically had a face turn is because they're like, we gotta just put them back together. We can't just keep splitting them off all this way.
So I'm like, who wrote this? Like, I really do want to know because everything about season 1 felt very tight and emotional, and season 2 felt very scattered. And like, I'm not sure if they were just like it went a different direction because of they just didn't know what to do after season 1. New creative team or what, but something felt very different storytelling wise.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like there's actually a couple of the same writers on here.
Okay.
Someone named Amanda Overton.
Okay. I mean, something else I was thinking was like, okay, so season 1 is like very much like world building of both worlds, the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
And then season 2, it's like, okay, so how do we keep building with the story, with the like now we know the world and we know all the characters, how do we keep building from there? So like, I guess that's challenging. Like I could see how that'd be challenging for a writer to do, but it wasn't.
So
I don't know.
So
I
would, for me, I would always suggest this. I would always suggest that it's like, if you do something like that, you do it in sort of the way like Preacher did.
Like the TV show?
Preacher?
Well, the comic more so than the
Creature?
Yeah.
than the TV
Preacher.
show.
Creature.
Preacher with a
Preacher. Oh, okay. All right.
Preacher.
Gotcha. Okay.
Preacher.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm not familiar. Anyway, whatever. So,
Preacher.
yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Preacher.
No, you're good. So, like, they do a thing. I want to say it might be like midway through the run. They have this character that you're introduced to fairly early on, but it's the Saint of Killers, right? And there comes a point in the story where you no longer can give 2 shits about the character unless you know some of his backstory. So you actually have to see who he was. But what they do in that is it's like they end one run with like the Saint of Killers, and then they pick back up. It's like the next 4 or 5 issues are literally just a Saint of Killers story that gets you back to the point to where the mainline story dropped off.
Okay.
So you're not having to keep up with Cassidy. You're not having to keep up with the Preacher. You're not having to keep up with anybody else.
That's kind of like what they did with like what Penguin was, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, but it would be like if in Penguin you were getting, like more Riddler stuff. You would almost have to have like strictly a Riddler episode inside
Yeah.
of Penguin.
I mean, I guess that's
order
also
to
what they
time
did. You know, spoilers. I know Nicole hasn't watched.
It's all right.
Spoilers too. That's what they did for Sophia Falcone. I mean, they gave her that whole episode just of her backstory, which is the best episode of the season. But it's like her whole episode that leads right back into where the episode before ended.
What's the Penguin
Right
on?
where you need to
Max.
Max.
It's
Okay.
amazing. It's so
All right.
good.
I
But
feel
yeah,
like
that's
everyone's watching
Sophia
it, yeah.
Falcone episode. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what you're kind of talking about.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Because, and they do a little bit of that with Jace, but it's still like they give you all this other flavor that you have to keep up with so much.
Yeah,
at
good
the-
point.
I know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I hate jumping to the end, but, like, the end, there's, like, that last, like, battle they're doing.
Right.
And Chase is like, hey, Victor's coming with his crew. But then the one chick's mom, the warlord mom, is still invading. And then there's still, like, Jinx and her crew who are coming in to do a thing. It's just, like, how many people are just, like, meeting up, like, right now to invading this? You know what I mean? It's, like,
Yeah.
it felt like they were just cramming, like, all those plots tie in now.
And we're going to get everybody battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
So, and I wouldn't call it bad or lazy. I would just call it like needs improvement writing.
So
like,
I only realized this when I was downloading our asset here for YouTube. But I guess this season actually came out in 2 parts. So
Oh.
maybe that also makes more sense if we had watched it in 2 parts rather
That
than
would-
together. But I don't know.
I don't know. The first season. Oh no, sorry, you weren't done. Go on.
I was
I'm
gonna say 'cause it did feel like there was a time jump when we got to like episode 5. It looked like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
skipped
yeah.
like
You're right.
5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
yeah. So that easily could be it. That easily could be the confusing time thing for you for sure.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. I
Or-
still really dug the show. Yeah, it was just a fuck ton of a lot going on at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still into it. Like the animation is just so fucking
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even the pilot episode where like when they're burying the queen or whatever the fuck she is.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like raining, but they just made the whole scene just black and white with these like paint streaks. I guess represent like the sadness and the rain, and then but it's like it was like V, and then the other characters like a sole person that'd be in color that's like standing outside the bubble of the gray rain. It was still
Now, there's something that happens very early on. I think it's either in the first or it's probably the second episode. It's where V is getting basically recruited. She's sort of told she has to join the police force. And then she goes out, she gets slobber knockered drunk. She's sitting there with that one guy who's passed out over the...
Oh, he's sleeping in the trash. He kind of looks like Wolverine and Vander like together.
Yeah.
Sitting there, and then it's like that super cute little like cop lady comes up to her, and she's like, "Oh, well, you got a choice, and we were so happy to hear you joining up. You can come with us." And she throws the hand out, and you look at V, and that's like right at the end of the episode, and she's just like, she has this total look on her face, like, "God damn it, is this what I have to do?
Yeah.
This is what I have to do." Like that whole moment, that whole exchange, I thought was like picture perfect. Like I loved that, and
It was that point where she was
did-
also like, "I'm gonna kill my sister too." She was like, "My sister's dead."
yeah, my sister's dead. My sister is dead. Like I love V. V as a character. I'm more into V than I'm into Jinx necessarily, but I know Jinx is the one that everybody shits their pants
I like
over.
Jinx more last season actually.
Yeah.
I feel like Jinx just feels more interesting. Like when you see her on screen, she just has more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Personality.
witty. Yeah. More personality, more witty dialogue. She does more interesting things. Like
She can make an entrance, that's for sure.
Yeah, V.
That's for damn sure.
Like V is like the voice of reason, I suppose. You know, like she does everything
See,
right, and I don't know.
I see V as this broody, fucking half-drunk Han Solo type chick, and I kind of like that.
That's why I was kind of took V too, because I mean, even the first season she was an outlaw, and now she's like kind of forced into being a cop, and like she doesn't really want to do it either, but she just wants to take down her sister. And then still, at the end of the day, still picks her sister over being a cop.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you? Family, like...
And then just becomes like an underground fighter for whatever, how long she was doing it for in the middle of the season.
It's so weird. And then by the end of it, that that sex scene with her and the other one, that was hot shit. That was wild.
I was like,
Nicole didn't find it that hot.
yeah, no. As someone here that
You don't find jail
has done
cells,
similar things, I do not find. Yeah, I did not. No, I was very disappointed.
Jail sex is hot.
Not.
Aw.
Well, I'm bashful. I'm blushing. Okay, no. Truly, I mean, because I shared something from a publication called Them, which is like a LGBTQ magazine, on my Instagram story, and it was like, oh my god, they wanted to make the lesbian sex scene like juicier and like longer, whatever. And I was like, oh shit, why the fuck have I not been watching Arcane? I'm gonna tag Totally Toonular. You know, like, I gotta watch this. Like, oh shit, like, that really sold me, I feel like, on this season, to be honest with you. It was like, oh, they're, like, doing an animated lesbian sex scene? Like, let's fucking go. I mean, and look, I don't mean to be, like, hypercritical. Like, it's great to see, like, lesbian... It's great to see queer sex
You finally get your lesbian sex scene and you gotta critique it.
well, I personally was like, okay, the last place I'm gonna get sexy is where my sister was just locked up for like weeks and weeks. Like, that doesn't do it for me. Like someone's like, oh, so your sister was in here and I'm gonna get them, and they're like, oh yeah, like it just felt very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what's it called? The male gaze. Felt very, very male gaze to be like, oh well, lesbians are just gonna have sex wherever the fuck they get horny.
But see, here's the thing. I disagree with that. Like, not because it's like, oh, you know, sister lockups, whatever, and not even to play into sort of the jailhouse trope. But those two have been, it's sort of that like, will they, won't they type thing has sort of been going on. This is a point in time where they're leading into some very muddy sort of waters with the fight and with everything that's all coming up, and all of these things are getting ready to happen to and for them. This might be the last chance they have to fuck.
So you know what they say? They say, let's hit pause. Let's hop in a lift. Let's go to a place that's not the jail cell. My sister has been locked in for weeks, and let's do exactly what we were gonna do, just not in this jail cell. Because look, I think like that whole thing of like maybe like jail sex could be hot, but it's like the sister part that's taking me out of it, I'd say.
Okay, sister just sleeping in there.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god, you're gonna lock my sister up now, like.
Oh, it turns me on.
Yeah, like, it just doesn't feel realistic. That's the thing. It's like, it just, to me, felt like a...
But I get what Ben's saying, that it's like, yeah, do they know that they're going to fuck after today?
Yeah, this is like, this
it's
is
now or
the
never.
place that,
I guess yeah.
This is the place that we are in. This is the thing that we both want right now. Our tomorrow is not guaranteed. Tomorrow we ride off to our deaths in Valhalla.
It's like now's a chance to get it on. Okay. I mean, I guess like I see what you mean, but I guess like for my own, like if I'm watching, okay, because like I was talking to my friends about this when I watch like queer TV or cinema, I do want like the whole thing with like that is like you put yourself in the story, right? Kind of, you know what I mean? Like that escapism. So it's like I feel like even if I were to die the next day, it's like that's the last thing that would turn me on. It's like this. My sister was locked up in here. For, I just like.
But I
like,
don't think that's.
Oh, is it still working? Hello.
You're in, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's not that her sister was locked up in there is the thing that turns her on.
I know, but it's like that. There's that element.
That's not what turns her on.
No, I know, but there's that element of it still.
Because
like,
it happened. It was there.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's still the space where that happened, though. Like you're in that space where it happened. Like how do you like take that out of your mind?
You
just-
make new memories, baby.
I don't
You
think
make new
It's dusty in there. It's dusty.
I do love how like fucking ripped they make V look in that scene. Do you see like her like fucking back muscles in that, man? She's like fucking shredded.
Also,
Like,
we didn't have any animated boobs in that scene, which I
Yeah,
thought
there
was
should've been some
definitely
boobies.
because didn't we get
Yeah.
some boobies in the first season?
Not that I remember.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, they could have
But
had
yeah,
a little
that's
nips
the
in
thing
there.
that
Come
I think
on.
they avoid, which is silly, which is very, very silly.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Honestly,
go
I
in
think
on a
that-
sex scene, fucking go in
Well,
on a lesbian sex.
I think that's what like I was like, all right. I was like kind of talking to James. I was like, this isn't really like I was like, this is pretty disappointing. Oh, but animated boobs, and then like it didn't happen. So I was like, well, now I'm like double disappointed.
What I will say too, I honestly don't see this really ever watching another animated character go down on another character before. I mean, I really don't ever see that on television.
Well,
Really,
you know
at all.
where you remember where that caused great controversy.
Right, with Batman. Yeah.
right,
Harley Quinn.
heterosexual.
Yeah.
That's right.
But to see it actually finally just seem like, oh, people do just people. It's not just we're not just us humans go down on each other. You know,
It's the
like,
animated
yeah, you
folk
know.
as well. You know what? Like I said, it's a win for the queers. Like
Yeah.
we love to see some lesbian sex on screen. That's great. I just wish it was not in the jail cell where her sister was locked up for weeks. That didn't really make me very excited.
So, I mean, there's a lot of lesbians in the show.
Yeah, there was that
Yeah.
whole lesbian crew that was like
Yeah,
for James. I was like, let's go with
spawns like a
them.
lesbian like cult that's like they all dyed their hair blue and cut it short. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like what I wanted to see go down.
yeah, who would have thought? Yeah,
But-
imagine being V and then like your sister is actually
The head
the
of
le-
lesbians.
the lesbian icon.
Yeah, she's like she knows nothing. She it's entirely to be subverted once again by your rebel sister. Like
But yeah, I don't know. I still like really. I think Kate actually liked her character more than I thought I would. I honestly don't remember her a lot in the first season, which is probably why I didn't think she'd be that good of a character this time around. I don't know. She kind of comes off. You look at her, she's just the initial princess, just girly girl, kind of like, whatever. But to see her actually like, she's fucking badass. Like she's incredible sniper. She's kicking ass. She's always in the head of all the army's bullshit. Like she's always getting into all the fights. Like I was really into her as a character more so than I thought.
the long black haired
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah, the skinny, long-haired black-haired girl. That fuck.
There's a point, and I forget what it is it tells her, but it's like it's when she gets her psych up speech, right? When they give her the you go in there and you show them who you are and you lead this army. It's your shit, right?
Yeah.
And then when she kind of goes, this felt very like sort of old schooly cartoony to me, because if it was an old school cartoon, you would have seen her like chest out, walking like 3 feet ahead of where her feet are, and her head down and her arms straight out to her side, like with that level of determination as she walked into that room to tell everybody what they were going to do. I was like, if this was like old school, like Warner Brothers or Looney Tunes, that is the posturing that she would have as she walked in there. It's like whole front of your body goes through like this as you go in to tell everybody what to do. I dug that moment, though. I dug her as a character in general.
Especially when she like joins up with the war, which is also weird, but when she joins up with the warlord mom for a bit, and then still portrays her at the end. I don't know. I think that's like the real thing I had. I think with this season, it was just like characters' motivation seemed to just like drop like at a dime.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like it's like what I said before. Like things just in this world move so terribly, so fast that, like, I'm not saying you're incorrect. My interpretation of it was like people just had to like still hate each other, but like choose an alliance to survive at a certain point.
Yeah, but then they
like,
would still even hate each other. Like even
everybody wants to be my enemy.
yeah, but even to the end where like the now the princess who has like magic powers, like she like traps her mom in that like hell like Hellraiser like chains, and then she saves her. I was like, why did you put her in the chains just to go save her?
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Yeah.
Or like or Jinx and like her sister like constantly like, no, you can't kill her. No, I'm gonna kill her. No, we're together forever. It's like pick the fucking side. Like
yeah, fair. Yeah.
Nobody's got like these straight motivations in it. Like that's the shit.
It's
that
like
bothers
the
me.
shifting priorities of the goblins in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
How quickly they turn on the dime.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like the Hobbit when they all decided, we're just gonna work together now to fight the goblins.
They're
That's
like,
I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
The story has
You
to
know
move
what I was
along.
trying to say.
Yeah.
The writer's got to keep the story going, so let's do this.
Yeah, too, and then so Kate teams up with the warlord mom, but then still betrays her at the end of it. So it was like, why the fuck were you with this person for this long, doing all this nonsense just to on a dime flip on her?
That's that covert op shit, right? Like she's got to be like, you know what I mean? Like that's covert ops. Like that's all I think that is. That's how that works. I have to pretend to be your friend, but then unless you have that as a setup, why would anybody project that onto the character?
Yeah.
Right? Unless you have that as the setup for it. So there's a bunch of misses through there. I also forget what episodes it's in because I took no notes. But it's the episode where the bombs start going off in the underground.
Right, with all the colorful smoke starts like popping up. Is that
all the color smoke starts coming up. Arguably my favorite visual from this season, one of them.
Yeah,
is
so
all of those different colored smokes. It's when they do that nice big wide shot and it's those kids standing like either on the shore or whatever, they're far away from it. And you just see the whole city coming up in these different clouds, and they're like, "Ooh, ah!" I dug that. I thought that was great.
Yeah, I was sick because it's like you see these comfortable rich people just walking around. You're like, oh, everything is great. I don't know why everyone's fighting. All like just living their lives, and then it's just like boom, bruh. All this like colorful splatter like everywhere, just chaos.
It's there's a festival in India that happens every year. And
right, I don't know the name of it, but they like throw that colorful like powder.
I know exactly
smoke, right, everywhere.
what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it either.
It's all like chalk and smoke and powder, and it's all just color, and everybody ends up walking away like a multicolored rainbow of a human,
right.
And it's exceptional. So I really I dug that as far as imagery, and then. I guess it's the first big fight with V and Jinx when she's got the arms on, when she's got her Hextech arms or whatever.
The underground fight they're doing, right?
So good.
Yeah, there has that one shot where she's talking to her sister, and Kate's gonna land like that fucking headshot like right on her, and then she like pulls the trigger. It's like this nice slow motion like bullet, and then it's like boom, reflection the entire time. She was just a mirror.
So good. It's those elements that this is great for. And then it also makes me think oh, well, that's why this is such a successful video game
I think too with the show is really good at adding stakes into the fight scenes where you're like, oh, this person might actually just die right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the first scene with the chainsaw lady and she slashes into Chase and you're like, oh, exactly. And she chases. You think he's he's just dead already.
It's all that shit is perfect. That stuff, but that's where they're seasoned in video game. Yeah. That's
a really good point.
Where they're really seasoned in video game is making those fight scene visuals work.
Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. I guess that's really what it is. Because I felt the art and the story really came alive during the action sequences. I was very invested in it during those points, and that makes exact sense. And
Yeah.
like each time those occurred, I was like, this does feel like I'm watching or playing a video game. So that's like that's exactly nail on the head. That's where they succeed in the show. In this season, at least.
100%. 100%. And then it does. I am curious to play these games, but I don't think I have. I don't think I have the time.
I think it's like an MMO type game too, or like kind of like a World of Warcraft type game, you know, where you build your character and then gotta.
Oh,
Yeah,
Christ,
shit.
Jesus! No, I have no time.
Yeah.
I have no time. Sorry, I'm checked out.
It seems like interesting if you have the time. I guess is the thing. It's like if you have the time and that's like your soul, I should say, hobby. Then yeah, but yeah.
Look it up.
If
here.
if you're showing Curse the Weredeer at screenings
Oh,
across
so
the
here
globe,
it is.
I don't know.
It is a multiplayer online battle arena video game.
Yeah, no, I have no
So
time.
You're
for
basically
that. I don't
building
know.
up your character to go fight a bunch of people in a castle.
I heard it's very fun.
And it's a top-down game. Here, I got an image right here. You can see that it's actually like a top-down like video game.
What do you mean top down?
Like it's like
Like everybody's got their tits out? Nice.
right down the cleavage shot. You know, that kind of top-down.
Topless. What?
Did you say you had a beer? Can I have that beer?
Beer? Yeah.
Wait, the beer in the fridge.
Oh yeah, if you want to go get it. Yeah, there's a Tecate in the fridge if you want it.
Yeah, do you mind?
Yeah, sure. Go.
Okay, I'll be
for
right back.
it.
Okay.
Nicole's getting a beer, folks.
Yeah, I'll be right
just so
back.
you know.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So this show is pretty great.
What's top down mean?
Well, you know, literally.
no, like
then-
actually for the game. What does it mean?
Well, I mean, it's like what do you think it is, right? It's like the camera's in the air, you know, looking down at the people fighting. They all look like midgets, and they're just shooting at each other in this world.
So it's not like first person. It's not
No.
like third person. You're like literally watching the entire battle.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
mean, I'm sure it's fun. People play. I'm sure it's fun, but who knows?
Bro, people play everything. I play Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it kind of feels like
Like-
old school without all the pixels, but kind of like what Pokemon would look like, except better graphics.
Did you hear that? Okay. Cool though. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Nice, Nicole.
Yeah.
It's a very smooth transition.
Yeah.
Back
there's-
onto the show.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Nicole.
Cheers.
All right. Well, yeah. So, I will say again. I know we keep saying the animation's amazing, but it really is fucking like mind blowing at times, and it also
Yeah.
changes style very frequently in a way that I think is amazing. It's like I saw it in even the last Spider-Verse movie, the Beyond the Spider-Verse, and this show was just like kind of had its hold my beer kind of moment where they're like, "Oh, you guys think you're being innovative? Watch us fucking be innovative." How we tell this story, like a lot of the openings are usually like these like montages, like the first scenes of these like where they would literally change up, like it'd be full 2D, and like it felt like you're watching a comic for a bit.
They're doing with their animation is tremendous, and it is well executed, and the characters are interesting for that. They lend themselves greatly to that. You know what I mean? For interpretation via varying types of animation and art
Right.
and all of that.
Yeah.
They lend themselves tremendously to that. Again, it just gets into the nuts and the butts of the story
Yeah.
and the lore and the way they're twisting a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I did love the character design for. I get. What is it? Is it? No, it's not Silco. It's the big head thing. Was Victor, right?
Yeah,
The
Victor.
big-
Yeah, it was Victor. Yeah.
Especially with what they sort of did there, where again it looks like, sort of the void, or like what we're told, like if you could exit not just like the Milky Way galaxy, but if you could go outside of sort of our entire star system to see all the star systems and the way those like nebulous sort of fucking clouds of galaxies supposedly look with like the dark matter in between.
Yeah.
So you've got the tubes and all that shit that looks like your capillaries and your veins, and you know what I mean? I thought, again, so that sort of design work.
And when you see him, he's just like covered, like he is just a giant, like starry
Yeah.
Milky Way person.
Yeah.
That shit to me is exceptional. Like that's the kind of stuff that I get. So you cannot fault the design. You cannot fault the character design. You can't fault.
I guess I wish that then they focus more on that this season, in general.
Yeah.
Like that story, because everything that wasn't that, I was like, because at first I thought Chase was, and maybe that's what they were trying to go for, but when Chase and the other dude get teleported into the past, right? They go through the Arcane multiverse thing, and then they come back. And he's like, no, I got to stop all this. I got to destroy all of Victor's, the hex weapons or whatever, and kills that cult and stuff. I was like, oh, he's like, is he the bad guy now? Is he the actual, villain? And then it was like, oh, no, this stuff really was actually bad the whole time.
Does he become the genuine, big bad in that moment?
Yeah.
When he immediately, who is the body of the person that is Victor's steward? The one that Victor possesses, so he can use
that
to
was
talk?
he was one of the council dudes. He was paralyzed, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and Victor's able to talk through him, but he still exists.
Yeah.
He's just a conduit for Victor.
Yeah, he's
or
like,
whatever.
oh, don't worry, I won't say nothing.
I won't say anything. When Jace leaves him, and the guy's like, I'm sorry, Jace. And Jace goes, no, I am. And then he turns around and takes that big old hammer or axe or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And he just smushes him. I was like, now that's the thing I could get behind, all day long.
That's what I thought that guy was about to do some heel turn there, but then I guess Victor really was just the bad guy the whole time.
Yeah. But big old hammer smash face, man. Whoops. Big old hammer smash face. It was tremendous. I loved it.
And I liked too when he was when they showed the two alternate. There's an episode where you get the two alternate past and futures, where I don't remember the other kid's name, but he goes in the past and hangs out with Jinx or Powder.
Echo?
Is that his name?
I think
The guy with the mohawk,
I
the
think-
dread mohawk.
I
whatever
want to say
it is.
it's Echo. I'm almost positive.
I'm gonna go with Echo. But then they split where he has this nice pass. He's hanging out with the girl he likes. The world is perfect, and then you go to Chase, and he just got the shit end of the multiverse stick, and it's just in this desolate, destroyed wasteland. Everything's killed him. Then he falls down a pit.
Mm-hmm. That I like. If we're gonna split people up, let's split them up that way. As long as they're back together at the end of the episode and everybody has gained a thing.
And that all made
make it
sense,
take
right? I mean, he made that
so-
time machine thing that played out later. I felt that's the stuff that was oh, now we're actually leading and moving into something. Everything else didn't really I said, the whole Warlord mom stuff. She was a cool character, but I don't know where it was going. I don't even think it really went anywhere. Really, at the end of the day,
it honestly, yeah, I don't think it did either. That's the stuff that. Okay, maybe it's the same challenge that Lucas has with the prequels. Is that a lot of that when you start getting into that head of statey type shit?
yeah.
Also too, I'm not into that. The general sort of politicalness
I
of
hate
a lot
space
of
politics.
this stuff is what it always feels like. It always feels like those that are heavily empowered, always having to stomp down the voice of the little man. And I get tired of that stuff. I get tired of that story because it's too much of our actual reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
So give me more magic.
We were talking about it too. I mean, even Jinx's stuff is pretty
Yeah.
relevant to
Yeah.
today right now with
Very topical,
with
I'd
the
say.
assassinations going on in New York City.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of wild how topical that really is.
And the way they talk about it, where it's yeah, I mean, even now, right? There's so many people on the side of this guy, and yeah, maybe the CEO is definitely a fucking cheated people out of money, health care, right, and whatever. But at the same time, he still fucking assassinated someone, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
and that's what they kind of talk about with this show, where it's like,
Yeah.
what Jinx is doing, right, is what people want, but do they want it like that way?
That way. So that's the other thing. Since we're talking about it, a buddy of mine brought up a really good point the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my friend Marco's birthday. We were going out for breakfast, and of course, Luigi is big on everybody's minds, right? Luigi is
All the
there.
people are like, Luigi was with me on December 4th between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m.
He is all over my Instagram feed. That dude.
So the thing that there are two things to remember. It's not just cheating people out of money. It's not just not being there to provide the service that people have been paying for when they need it. It's also the simple fact that these companies are making decisions that literally can lead to people's deaths if they don't get what they need. And yet the whole deny sort of mentality exists so that they can continue to profit. Now there's that, which is terrible. So you think about the literally probably millions of people that have died needlessly because United Healthcare was pushing a profit. All right. That guy's one cog in that wheel.
Yeah.
So my buddy loves to play devil's advocate, right? He always likes to be sort of a contrarian, so you can see every side of a scenario. So we're talking about it, and he goes, you know what, though? He's like, here's the one thing I'll say. One thing I'll say about the whole deal is, regardless of, what that guy's responsible for, the finances, all of this, the countless people that either have been harmed or didn't need to be harmed because of it, blah, blah. You put all that aside. He was killed going to the office. He's like, if you kill me on my way to work and I'm just doing my job and all I have to do that day is my mundane bullshit of like sitting behind my desk and taking another meeting, it's like I'm already dead. And he's like, don't kill me.
Heavy.
Man. He's like, kill me when I'm on the mountain skiing. Like, that's when I want to die accidentally. That's when somebody can shoot me in the head. Let me go out having a good time, enjoying my life, not just getting my paycheck. And I was like, well, maybe that was Luigi's point.
It's probably what he was, what he wanted. But it also makes me think of, like, there's a point in the show where they talk about, we killed Silco, but now there's just other people already. Like, it hasn't changed anything, and there are already people taking his spot, and there's still all this chaos. So it's like, is all that stuff even worth it if you do that? Because then it just opens up a power vacuum of the next person just take over and keep doing the same thing.
So, and I think that's the biggest problem with sort of like a capitalist sort of society and the idea where profit runs everything. What it does is, it creates people that want to go out and be martyrs for their cause. But it also calls into sort of account for those companies, those people, those things, ways to better self-guard themselves so they can continue to get more powerful and richer still, right? Because now they're like, oh, fuck, they're assassinating us in the street. Well, what's the next multi-billion-dollar thing we're going to do to lead to protection? Is it like now that company's going to get bulletproof cars for all of its CEOs?
Yeah, I heard they were like taking, like, I guess you could have like found people's like names and stuff on like the websites. Now all these CEOs are like taking all their like names down and stuff.
Well, and okay, so look at that. What does it do? It pushes what was once in the forefront, where you actually had, if you exercised voice properly, instead of just going out killing people, if you exercised your voice properly, it now takes that pathway away from you because now you can't find them.
Well, that's
don't
also
know who's in charge.
What was going on at the end of season 1 too of this show, where they were discussing whether or not if they should invade the Undercity, and then by Jinx blowing them up causes now the whole people be even more angry, and be like, no, they are crazy sons of bitches down there.
Genuinely forces their hand at it. It gives them a bigger means. And that CEOs taking their names off of their websites and stuff like that, for certain legal purposes, all of that shit still has to be available to people publicly. So it's not like you can genuinely hide that information. But at the same time, it does take the ease of accessibility off of it. So now it's almost like they are like a shadow government, shadow corporations. Yeah. Because if you don't know who's doing it, if there's no face to it, then it really does become like corporatocracy. Yeah. Then it does become corporate. What is it? United Healthcare versus the world. It becomes all of that shit. And that to me is almost scarier than putting it to like a human villain when it becomes just this amorphous corporate thing. That's almost more terrifying.
Yeah, because then you got a whole fucking corporate after you. I know, but I also love a little anarchy. You know, I want to.
Oh, I agree.
I love a little fuck you, and we're taking the power back. You know, that's why I always kind of like I do kind of dig Jinx, but like we talk about martyrs too. This show is all about martyrs. You know, it's like
everyone's a martyr.
Yeah,
yeah, seriously, yeah.
Like someone's got to do something to be like the face of it. You know.
100%, yeah.
Especially Jinx.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. I mean, I was telling James I went to Comic-Con this past year, and like, there was a woman sitting in front of me. I was like, "Are you Jinx?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, cool." I mean, that's like not that interesting of a story, but just to say that there.
Did you get a photo?
No, I didn't. But like, there were plenty of Jinxes at Comic-Con where like I don't know if I'd recognize any other, character necessarily. I don't know. I feel like she's the face of the show, I'd say.
Yeah, I guess.
She is Arcane's it girl. Absolutely.
I do love the little faces she puts everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Those little, smiles. I like when she loses her middle finger and she lifts it up. And it's, like,
she tries to give him the finger, but then she realizes she has no middle finger.
Yeah.
She can't do it.
See, and again, this show has moments. On the whole, this show is
Do you like, are you a fan of Little Jinx? I don't know the actual character's name.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed the show. But again, it's one of those things where I just kind of got a little lost in the weeds.
Yeah,
a little lost in the weeds.
Yeah.
That's it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. And again, as far as like character design, the characters they're putting in there are great.
I mean, the daddy werewolf.
Yeah, that was very like I was like Dwayne, if you're still there, that's perfect for Dwayne.
Honestly, when they gave him the werewolf vision, that was actually I think like my favorite like art style in it, which is all red but also feels very like painted. You know, It's just like it was so sick. Like I want to see more of the werewolf vision.
I still like the little bat guy. Why can't I remember his name?
Oh, he's part of the crew, right? He's like one of Jinx's guys.
He's very short. Like he's almost like a teddy bear guy. Am I thinking of the right?
Yeah, which bat guy? So there's like the tall one. He's got like earrings. He's part of Jinx's crew. But then there's also like the little one with the robot arms, right? He has like all like the things that like knives. Like, yeah, I like when he's like he holds Jinx down and he's like, I'm gonna like stab you in the eye, or he says he's gonna do something to her eye, and then like his finger turns into a blade that turns to like a smaller blade that turns into like a tiny little needle.
See, that to me is where this show shines.
Yeah.
Like that's because that feels like so video game kill, right? Like that's when you've hit your appropriate like button pattern. You know what I mean? So you don't explode her whole head, but you stuff a needle in her eye. Like that's where it shines.
No, he's a funny character too, because he was all like, "Oh, we just hand over Jinx." We're like, "We're not gonna do it." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna do it anyway." And then he had a gang of just like Abe Lincolns with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all the tall hats on him.
Yes. Like that's where those to me are like primo moments. So I don't know.
Also, more people really need to just die on this show. I mean, I guess this season a lot of people really did die, but I also find out next season. I feel like every time someone died, it's like, nah, they're not dead. They're coming back as this thing. They're not really dead.
Yeah, like I was excited to see. Spoiler alert! I was excited to see Vander return.
Yeah, it was cool, but then it was like, yeah, just
it's happening to everyone. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that kind of takes the novelty off it a bit for sure.
If nobody
Yeah.
stays dead, what good is death? Why should you care?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think that's a
But
really
that's-
good way to put it. Yeah.
where Game of Thrones gets it right. Like, you're
Yeah.
dead on Game of Thrones 9 times out
Yeah.
of 10. You are like dead.
And the one
Yeah.
time they bring back Jon Snow and everyone fucking hates it, so you know.
Yeah, that
You-
show really went into the shitter.
Yeah, it's like they
there,
brought
so-
someone
Yeah.
back to life.
Yeah.
It ruined it.
You can't win for losing, but at least when they killed the one guy you thought they couldn't kill, that
Yeah.
MF stayed dead. When Ned
Exactly.
Stark was gone at the end of that first season,
Hell
and
yeah.
he doesn't show back up as some weird
Yeah.
ghost doing something the next season,
No.
I mean, that was like the craziest thing. The first season you're talking about. Sorry,
Yeah,
zoned
yeah.
out a second. Yeah. That was like the craziest thing when you.
Or
freaking
even
died.
like, you know, you watch some shit like The Red Wedding and you're like, the people that we've been following this whole season, they're trying to win this war, and then she's pregnant, and then it's like, no, they're all
It's
just
crazy.
fucking murdered.
How about that? Was there another thing
everybody's
too?
dead.
What's the other Game of Thrones thing? There's like another.
There's a lot of games, there's like 8 seasons.
They're like, no, I know. I try to erase that show from my mind because they did us so dirty as a society. But no, there was like another thing like the Red Wedding. Whatever. I mean, whatever. It's.
There's
not-
a lot of death, but the point is people
Yeah.
should stay dead. And
Yeah.
I hate that they keep
Yeah.
bringing people back.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Werewolf Daddy, but then it was like, fucking, it was like, oh, it's my dad, we have to connect with him and
Yeah.
bring his mind back. And I was like, ugh,
I like it
just
for.
fucking kill them all.
Not another subplot.
Yeah, and then he dies
Yeah,
again
how
anyway.
many-
And then he comes back again. Like, he dies as he dies
So-
as like himself, comes back as a werewolf man, then dies again, and then comes back one more time, and then
Has the
dies
aud-
again.
Has the audacity to show back up.
Yeah. Wait, and Ben, you put it so well. It's like not another subplot. Like, please stop introducing me to
Yeah.
another subplot in this one season. Who is your wolf? Dwayne
Who
said,
is your wolf
who's
daddy?
your wolf daddy? Yes.
Who's your wolf daddy, Ben Johnson?
Wayne Steele, the Whiplash Maniac.
There you have it.
February 3rd, he will be New York's Wolf Daddy.
Yeah, we're all
Are you kidding
February
me?
3rd. We'll all be howling to our wolf daddy.
Big bad wolfy daddy.
Yeah.
That's yeah, there you have it. Yeah, if that was so, I feel like that really should have just been the only subplot because that's what we all missed. Vander, we all
Yeah.
loved Vander in the first season so much. We all missed him. That's all we needed.
Yeah, because like they said, you have the subplots, right? You have the dude Echo who gets teleported back in time.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
You have the princess with her warlord mom.
right.
They're nonsense.
And her hot brother.
Yeah, who's also lost, but then he also wasn't. He's
Yeah.
actually is dead the whole time
Yes.
too. Whatever. Then
Everything with Jace.
Yeah, everything with
Every
Jace.
single thing with
Yeah.
everything with Jace.
He was off on his whole adventure for an entire show.
He wasn't even like doing
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
at all related to what Jinx and V were doing.
And then V is going off on her own like underground fight pit with her like Wolverine new best friend. Like there's just that
Ugh.
guy. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's just a lot.
Like, and it's any one of those, I think, would have been a perfect beeline for the
Yeah.
story. Any one of those. But it's like you try to cram in so incredibly much,
Yeah.
and it becomes so splintered.
And I don't know
so
why.
splintered.
I don't know why they did it. I really don't. The first season was so good and so tight.
Yeah.
And like really like each thing was so sequential and like easy to.
And there were still a lot of
Follow.
characters. I mean, there were
Yes.
B plots going on.
There were
But
there
it
were a
was-
ton of characters, a ton of B plots, but everything tied in.
Yeah.
Everything. Ben, you read my mind. I was like, everything related. In this season, nothing fucking related.
Yeah,
to
that's
each
what I'm saying.
other.
When we get to that last battle, I feel like everyone just kind of showed up, and there wasn't a purpose for all that happening right there at that moment.
And okay, so
Yeah.
weirdly, that's sort of like season 8 of Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
when everybody is showing up to the city and you've got boats coming from this side, boats coming from the other
Right,
side,
right.
boats coming from up north, boats coming from down
Yeah, but it used to
south.
take him a full season to travel across to like another nation. Suddenly took
Yeah.
him like an episode.
Yeah, we need the slow mo again.
Yeah.
We need the slow mo seasons, everybody.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It was good though. Visually.
Yeah.
What do you think of the
Visually,
music this
yes.
time around? Besides the theme song.
I still,
We need to talk about that.
besides that shitty Imagine Dragons
Skip
song.
it.
Wait,
skip
wait.
intro. Never hit a skip intro so fast. in
Wait,
my life.
wait. Let's bookmark that because Ben, I do want to hear the answer to this question, and I do want to add something else. So Ben, please, Ben, what did you think of the music throughout the
I thought
season?
the music choices were great in general. Like, I think they're great. I like
Okay.
the way that it adds to the story overall, and I think it really does in a lot of ways. I liked how when they would close over closing credits, it was always like a different song, a different kind of theme. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's the pilot episode is called Heavy Wears the Crown. And I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
the same name as the new Linkin Park song. And then, of course, they played like the slow piano version of it at like the end of the episode, which sounded awesome. I was pretty into that.
Mhm.
But
So I
Theme
think they
song,
did a
though.
lot with music, and I like it. I
Just
like
change your
what they
theme
did
song.
with the music.
Well, okay. So James and I marathoned the entire second season today.
9 hours.
9 hours, 9 episodes. And like we were texting the other day, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Well, like, and James was like, "There's absolutely no way I'm listening to that song,
For 9
for
hours.
Nine
nine
times.
for 9 times." And I was like, "Fine, you can't, but I can. But like, I'm going to your place, so like, let's not do that. Fine."
For the sake of our friendship,
for
I
the-
think was my exact
Yeah.
my exact
Yeah.
text message.
No, I don't want to ruin that. So absolutely. But then we sat down. And I was like, okay, let's at least listen to it once, please, James. And he was like, okay, sure, let's. It was more impactful in the first season. I stand by that. The first season, the visuals were, I want to say it was just like stone, like the
I don't remember
The
the
animation
intro.
was very like minimal.
I skipped it also at first, so I don't remember the intro.
So no, it was just like
After the
stone.
first episode.
It was just like the stone people, and they were just like, and 1, 2, oh, but then this season they added like the characters to it and had them have much more emotion, and it was like too much. I don't think it's set. So okay, for my whole thing is like The Sopranos, like you listen to the
Woke up
theme
this
song,
morning.
yeah. You listen to it, it like sets the tone for the
Yeah,
episode.
hell yeah.
And I felt like the first season did that much better than the second season. The second season, I actually think it did a terrible job. And I was very willing to skip it. I was like, okay, let's just skip it.
Yeah, I mean the intro, the one we did watch, it did look pretty cool actually, but yeah, it just was like I don't know why I'm watching this. It just kept going. It was
You're
just like
it
people
doesn't
just on a
end.
couch, and there was some cool visuals, and
I feel like the first title sequence in like the first season really set it as this like kind of like I don't know, it's like I'm trying to think how to put it. Like it's like it made it like atmospheric and like experimental, where the second one was just like, well, here's all these hot animated characters you saw. We're just gonna like explode them in your face.
yeah.
And I'm like, that's not what
Also-
I'm trying to like get into like the zone of this like fucking show. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any
No,
sense.
that makes a lot of sense, and it actually reminded me of something I learned from an Honest Trailers today, because there's a great Honest Trailers for Arcane season 1, and it said, do you know that like all the good people in this show are hot?
You're chunking, bro. You're chunking.
All the good.
What was that?
Wait,
you
do you hear
were
me?
watching Honest Trailers.
Yeah, do you hear me now?
Hello.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that all the good people on the show are hot, and then all the bad people are not hot? Like they're all
Yep.
like deformed in some way. Like,
Oh,
they pointed
damn.
that out in Honest Trailers, and I was like, "Holy shit,
That's fucked up.
you fucking bastards!" Like, I
that's
see
not
what
nice.
you're trying to do. All the good people are hot,
Damn, that's
and still makes sense for
Pretty
this
fucked up.
season. Look, but I guess I don't even know who was the good person this season. Actually, really.
Jace maybe,
Yeah, I guess Jace really was the.
because he was.
He really is the actual
Maybe.
hero of the show. Is Jace or Chase or whatever?
The closest to like a true hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
The closest that this gets, because even like with him being conflicted, with him, still having to kill and murder and all of that, it's whole thing.
I mean, he was right. Especially, I love the visual too, where he is like fighting Victor, like finally, right? He's like destroying everything, and then he like finally Victor does his magic shit where he's taking everyone's minds at the end, and then Leo says, "Wow, I was invited for Arcane season 2. Sorry, Leo, you were on here recently."
Sorry, Leo. It kind of came to James and I were literally just out.
You know, I don't plan this show in advance.
Yeah, no, we were just out, and he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, do you want to come on? We're doing Arcane next week." It was really, I'm sorry, it was really spur of the moment. I feel like you didn't even bring it up on Wednesday. You might have brought it up Friday.
Probably. I said I don't plan it.
Like, it was very, very spur of the moment. I'm sorry, Leo. We miss you. We love you. I was actually just saying that earlier today. I was like, I miss Leo.
Yeah, I did. We do miss you,
Yeah,
Leo.
yeah. So let's hang out again.
That was
Leo.
the part of why Liz also is not here today, because I texted her, I think, on Monday, and not, when I should have texted her on Wednesday, the week before. But
We'll do another.
I'll get better, guys. We're only 200 episodes in. I'll get better.
We should do another one with the 4 of us again, though. That would be cool.
That would be fun. 200th
That would be a party.
200th episode soon.
We'll do that.
But now I lost my fucking...
Oh,
where
sorry.
the fuck was I? Oh, yeah. So the imagery of the end where he's, like, fighting Victor for the last time, and Victor's taking everyone's minds. He has his hand on, Chase's head. Chase is, like, getting infected with whatever the fuck they're doing. And he's in the same position of the guy that he took the hammer from. Like, he basically, it's revealed that he took that hammer from himself in the, like, future, which I think is, like, such a cool, like, the way they brought that back around.
Like, time stuff like that is, like, I get a kick out of it. When you don't necessarily have to, like, kowtow to the whole paradox situation, and you can exist in the same time as you exist in the future or whatever. Like, when they eliminate the paradox notion of it is when I get into a lot of that time shit,
Yeah.
Like, that's when I get into it.
But that's the fun part of the show. Everything else, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just a lot. There's just too much. I think I just needed more focus.
I want to know what Leo thinks of the second season.
Yeah, Leo, have you watched the second
season? It's okay. It's just one of my favorite shows of all time. So I want to know, Leo, if you liked the second season.
Yeah, let us know, Leo, if you watched it or not. What your feelings on?
Yeah,
whatever you can say in a comment.
Because
on YouTube.
in a single line. Because I think the first season was one of my favorite shows of all time. I don't think the second season.
Yeah, I actually kind of feel the same.
Yeah.
I mean, so what do you think about, like, little Jinx, mini Jinx killing herself too?
It felt a little unbelievable. Felt
like unbelievable, like whoa, or just unbelievable, like that's
like unbelievable. Like, I don't think it felt like it would happen.
I kind of felt the same way. What about you, Ben?
Like, it felt like a thing that's added to give stakes.
Yeah, and I feel like that was a lot of this season. Ben, again, hang the nail on the head. Yeah,
because
it feels.
There you go, Ben. Sorry.
No, it feels like a little bit much of a. We're losing people. We have to pull them back in. Let's have somebody the audience resonates with kill themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, why would the kid... I mean, I get that she wants to save Jinx. She kind of did that a few more times. But why would she... Like, especially like a kid's mentality, right?
Right.
Why would a kid's first thought be like, I'm going to overload this gun and cause a nuke?
It wouldn't be. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, kids don't, like, think that way. And that kid was, like, smiling as they were doing it. Like, this makes no sense.
Yeah, like,
all.
literally smiling. Like,
yeah. It made no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah, I did feel that was very... There was, like, a lot of, like, silly parts of this season that just took me completely out of it. I was like, that's too silly.
Do you know any other parts?
Well, I mean... I know I'm, like, going back on what I said before, but the werewolf thing did feel kind of silly. That's kind of what I liked about it. Like, I liked that.
It did get thrown in there.
We got kind of silly with the werewolf going on there. Like, I like a good silly werewolf, but it was silly. It was like, what's this werewolf coming back as Vander doing? Like, what? Felt kind of Riverdale-esque, if y'all have ever seen Riverdale.
No, I get you.
Where it's like Riverdale just kind of, like, tosses, like, stuff to, like,
I thought there was going to be
canvas.
more... werewolves. Like, I thought it would be this guy is now creating like an army of like monsters or something.
It's like, where did he got these
dad.
two wolves? And...
So, and I guess sort of the thing with the kid turning the gun into the nuke. I mean,
I have to pee.
you
So
could
sorry.
almost reason it to a point of it being like, well, it, in a sense, it could be the notion of like, I know the one thing that nobody can come back from. And if we're gonna just wipe it out, let's wipe it out, everybody together. We can end, with the nuke now. And then that becomes a thing. But like, then it's like she knows she's leaving people or whatever. Like, I don't know. There is a world where it could make sense.
Yeah, I mean, like
but
what
I
Leo
don't
says
think
here in the
that they hit
chat.
that.
He said Jinx saved her life, and she was thanking her and saving her life back, which I get it. I get that. That's
Yeah.
what I said earlier. It's like she kind of did the same thing earlier, and she was trying to fight to help Jinx. But, like, why would a kid I don't see, like, a kid being the one to be like, I have to sacrifice myself for the greater good kind of moment.
Well, that's true, too. Yeah, that I get.
You
But
know?
she's also not living a kid's life. That's the other part of it. You're talking about kids like, oh, they're in school or they're like, I'm going to go to the playground today. This isn't that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I get that much. I guess I don't know. I just don't like it that it was the kid that did it. I don't know. Should have been somebody else. Bigger sacrifice.
Like when you throw a baby in a dryer, man,
Yeah, sometimes
Just-
you gotta
it's
put a
gonna
baby in the
it's gonna be polarizing. Just like when you throw a baby in a dryer, bro.
I don't know,
Why
it just made
did
me
they
feel
do
like
that?
there was
Who
like
knows?
so like I see a moment like that, and it makes me feel like this kid existed as a character for that moment, and not
Just for that.
and not as a character that means anything at all at the end of the day. And then Jinx doesn't even really think about it after that.
After. Right.
So it was like,
Right.
what's really the point of this huge sacrifice at the end of the day? It doesn't really resonate with her at all.
And I mean, there you go. That's who Jinx is, though. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's sort of who Jinx is in those moments. So it gives you a little insight to her, but I don't know. It's a good show. This is a good season. The first was stronger. They came out hot. I'm curious to see if it gets a season 3. It probably will in 3 years.
Yeah, I
It'll
can see
take
it
them
getting
that
it.
long
I
to
can
make
see
it.
it definitely getting a season 3.
I mean, it sort of has to. It sort of has to. They tie things up pretty well, but at the same time, like, they don't.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the last season ended with a fucking Jinx nuking the elites. This season ends, Jinx dies, and they kind of save everyone, and then that's how it ends. Like, I don't know. I didn't really leave off in a fun cliffhangery way or lead it. Oh, no, you're not on. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I felt like so the season ended kind of where I was like more interested in Kate and V than I had been throughout the season. I mean, I was interested in them, but the very end of this season, I was like, okay, are we
Oh, Leo
kind of just
says,
gonna follow them?
No season 3, but spin-offs. All right.
Really? They're not gonna? They just kind of were like, okay, let's wrap this shit up.
I mean, I'm sure this show takes. I mean, what? Let me look up when the first season came out. I mean, the show like this is not easy, or like, it's not a show that's gonna take like a week to make.
Yeah, I mean, like the visuals really were gorgeous. I mean, there's no denying that. Like, it looks very visually pleasing. Like all the mixed animation and the color palette.
Yeah, the first season came out in November 6th, 2021, and then this one came out in 2024. So I mean, that's like a lot of time.
Yeah.
To spend on an animated show
Right.
for this long, and I'm sure they were working on it even when they were doing the first season.
Leo's like, why wasn't I invited? I know everything, and I'm giving you all the facts in this chat. I'm so sorry, Leo. I didn't even.
Wow, it won all these awards. I didn't even know that.
That's awesome, Leo. Come on another time. The four of us will do another. We'll do what's another one we all like so much? Ronald McDonald the show.
Like, listen, I say we go deep. We get some good and like Smurfs, something solid.
Let's go back to
something that's the
Back to
same every
basics.
episode.
Yes. All right, good idea.
Yeah, I don't see
But
anything
like-
about a
like-
season 3. Interesting.
No, but if they do, but to Leo's point there, if they do spin-offs, that's the other thing. So Jinx isn't dead if this is supposed to be a prequel. Why?
Right.
Because she's in the games. So there's going to have to be the thing where she comes back. A Jace spin-off would be great, like Jace's own magic show, like
Jason's magic show.
His Vegas magic show, yes.
Would
He
be-
steals one of like the Lincoln guys' hats.
and he just starts pulling like tigers and shit out of the hat. That'd be perfect.
It's like, what's their names? Sigmund and
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy. That's
Like
it.
that. What was that show we watched?
Oh,
House of
Father
Pride.
of the Pride.
Father of the Pride.
That was my last episode as a host on this show. That was my last episode on this show.
Oh, there you go.
Until this one. Anyway, yeah, that one. There you go. Oh my God.
I love when Jace comes back. He's got a cool look. Like when
Yeah.
he comes back and
Yeah.
he's
He's
got like
hot.
the beard and the long hair and he's got like a new fresh like black outfit on. He was ready to fuck.
He's all
Yeah,
He's
a
straight up
hot.
like
hot.
grizzled. It's like he reminded me of a Bruce Wayne in training Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And then his wife comes in and she's all goldified because she's got all the magic powers now, and they're gonna have some good fucking. After they save the world.
In a jail cell.
That
Yeah, in a jail.
That's where all the arcane sexers go to go.
It's called the sex dungeon.
I stand by all day. I don't think if I know that I'm riding off to my death the next day, I don't think location is gonna matter.
Maybe
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe I just have to
Trying to
be in the
get that nut.
situation to really like. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I'm in the situation, I'm not thinking about it as much as I'm thinking about it now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you are. Especially if you've been pushing this whole will they, won't they tip the entire time with whomever it is, and you've got genuine sort of feelings and attraction. I really do think it's just going to be like, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Let's go.
Let's
Like,
get
I
this
think
nut.
that's-
Yeah, you might be right. Maybe I was thinking too much into it.
All right, well, Ben. So since you got a nice dinner to go to in a bit, what are your final thoughts? What are you gonna give this? What do you got for us?
I would say overall, like series in general, success.
Success.
The first season is 10 times the show. The second one is. The second one is absolutely though still like worth the watch. I wouldn't necessarily consider it recommended viewing like the first one. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's necessary, but on the whole, it looks great. There is story there. There's a lot of story.
A lot.
A lot of story.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's success overall. It's a great show.
Success.
What about you, Nicole? What are your final thoughts?
All right.
What are you giving it? You got 3 options here.
I am giving the second season.
I really enjoy coming.
Well, I know what the options are, and that's not my that's
Okay.
not my choice. But you could okay.
What'd you
play
say?
the-
I really enjoy coming.
That's not it. No, that is not my choice. Did you want to go through all their choices though? Wait,
Wait, what'd you say?
I really enjoy coming.
my option is wait. This isn't working again. Oh wait, no, it is. Okay,
You're in.
okay.
You're good.
It's E.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Second seat. Yeah. Second season's that.
Really? Give it a full E.
Can you play it? Wait, can we listen to the whole one actually?
I want to hear the whole of it.
Yeah, let's hear the whole E. It does cut off like more often than not. Yeah, let's hear it.
For 7 seconds, it feels like, a full minute.
Yeah, that's Joey
Eternity.
K. What does Joey K say? Another great episode. I was here the whole time.
Lies. Joey K, you know what I say to you?
All 7 seconds. Did all 7 Oh, we're back again.
So yeah, she's
That's the rest of
giving
the
it
episode.
an E.
Okay, so I'm giving it that. And the reason is because I thought the second season really wasn't that great. The first season was great. The first season was like, oh my god, I gotta watch the second season. Like what Leo said, like, the best show. Like, I cannot believe it's like groundbreaking. This is gold. Holy crap! Like, I want to know so much about both worlds so badly. All these characters. There's so much emotion tied to all of it. I mean, Vander passes away early in the first season. Those kids that you thought were going to be the leads die. There was just so much to it. And this season kind of just felt there. I was kind of like, it's just here. Like, it's just a thing.
It just kept moving.
Yeah, and nothing really felt significant or that I was tied to it emotionally.
Yeah.
Or that I cared, even.
Yeah.
And I think that Jinx is an incredible character, and they didn't really give her enough substance.
All right, yeah, you're not wrong.
So that's that. Yeah.
So did you watch any of these spin-offs coming out?
With you, yes. If we do another like marathon where we're like, okay, let's sit
Another 9 hours.
Yeah. So James and I watched 9 hours of Arcane in a row today.
Nicole's been here since 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I got here super early in the morning. I brought cantaloupe.
Ate a lot of fruit.
Yeah, I brought tons of fruit. But if you and I watch the spinoffs together, James, yes. Otherwise, absolutely fucking not.
Leo seems pretty sad.
What do you say?
He says, out of the whole internet that I search about this season 2, this is the one place there is that is hating on the show.
Wait, what? Everyone on the
That's
internet likes the
hysterical.
second season?
According to Leo here.
Wow, I'm about to get...
Oh, the internet loves it. Yeah.
What?
Internet
What?
loves it.
Internet loves lesbians and inclusivity, you know?
Well, you know what? Okay, I mean, me too, as a, like... I'm
No, you just
queer.
said you hated it and wouldn't recommend inclusivity to anybody.
Nicole doesn't
That's
like
what you
lesbians.
said.
Confirmed.
John, James, what are we watching next week?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me, you motherfuckers. Listen to me. There's a... I don't know what I was going to say.
You said listen to you. We're listening to you.
I know, and I want to say something, and I don't have anything, actually.
I got something to say.
Okay.
I really enjoy coming.
Okay, there you have it. All right, there you have it. There you have it. All right.
I'm going to give this show... I'm going to give it a... Oh, wait. There it goes. Oh.
Success.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a success, because I think I said, for one, animation-wise, I mean, it's just hands down the greatest animated thing I've ever watched. Even this season, it's incredible. I mean, it really is like an achievement to hard work and just what these people are doing. Like I said, they were watching Spider-Verse and they're like, hold my beer, you know, like some of these sequences. Like, it's like fucking mind-blowing. Like, the way it even within the same action scene, we'll sometimes even just go to full 2D and not even be 3D. And it's like really fucking, I think, impressive and really sick. I think all the acting is great. I do really enjoy the music besides the theme song. It just, yeah, I like you. I'm going to piggyback off of something you said, Nicole, where it's like, yeah, nothing really feels significant at the end of this. Like, I don't really feel like I've learned anything. I don't feel like I've really hung out these characters in a way that feels eventful.
You know what? Could I say something? Okay, I don't think that... Sorry to cut you off. But I think this is like what I've been trying to say. I don't think we should just use lesbian sex as a crux to be like, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, it should just be like the way
It's a
that,
good
like...
show.
Yeah, the way that heterosexual sex is just, like, included in
Yeah.
cinema, where it's like, okay, well, like, I'm still not just gonna measure this by this heterosexual sex scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like both things could occur. We're happy that more and more queer love is portrayed on scene, and that on screen, and that doesn't mean the entire art project is great.
Yeah, no, I get you, and I would agree too. It's nice. Everyone gets the bone on the show. I love that. Yeah, there's a lot of fun characters, but yeah, like you said, none of it feels significant. And really, at the end of the day, the story, all these characters mean nothing. If like really, Chase is the story, and everything else just feels like they're just existing in the world. And we're just kind of living it, which is, I guess, the fun way. Maybe that's why people like it. I don't know, but I don't feel like I really learned anything or got anything from this. Like, the show could have just been Chase and Victor, and that could have been the entire season.
Or Jinx and V.
Or Jinx and V, either one. You know, pick a lane,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still,
Right.
not horrible. Honestly, I think that's one of the greatest animation I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah.
The people who are making this show, go fucking go make a movie somewhere, please. Go.
Yeah.
Give us something else. Yeah.
I will admit that if there was some sort of rating between E and success, that I would choose in between there. Because I think, like you and I both said, it's just kind of there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't, but we do have.
We don't. So like, I'm going with the
We do have
What?
this though.
Oh.
I really enjoy coming.
Well, that's definitely not what it is.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Well, better luck next time, Arcane.
But with that though, James, I do have to split, so I need to know
Yeah.
what are we watching next week.
Unfortunately, Nicole, you won't be here next week, but it's been a pleasure having you on the show. For
Thank
real.
you.
Yes.
It's been,
Thank you, guys.
great
Oh my
having
God.
you back.
So good to be back on Totally Toonular.
Sorry if we're me and Ben have been together for a while, so
No.
we're getting a little crazy sometimes.
Boys Club.
Yeah.
Children is what it is.
But I want to, since this was like 9 hours of my life, I wanted to watch something that was significantly shorter. And it's actually new, so we're only going to have like 3 episodes to watch out of it. But I really want to talk about the Creature Commandos, this new James Gunn stuff, because, this is the start of what James Gunn's going to be doing with DC. And he said this is basically his soft reboot, starting with this weird animated show called Creature Commandos. That definitely feels like it's like a Suicide Squad sequel,
but based on the Universal Monsters.
Yeah, even though not
that's
all
so
of it's
cool.
Universal Monsters too. He said it's James Gunn's. He makes it all James Gunny and fun and weird. And like I said, it takes place right after Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, so it fits in this, like, if you watch those shows, it fits in that bubble really nice. While you don't have to watch any of it too at the same time. So that's why I'm curious for us to talk about it. And it's only 3 episodes. By the time we watch it, there's only going to be 3 episodes to watch. So it'll be a nice little easier watch and to talk about our boy.
Very cool.
I absolutely cannot wait.
Have you seen
it's
any of
gonna
it
be
yet?
a ball. No, I've seen nothing of it. I haven't watched any Max. I want to say there was like what was it, like a little teaser or something that came out a while back.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
but
the
that is
animation
it.
took me a minute. The animation is nowhere near as awesome as Arcane. I will say that.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to get used to it. What do you think?
I went to Comic-Con and there was like a panel with the actors and stuff talking
Oh,
about
James
it,
Gunn
and
was there.
Yeah, and they did show like a trailer for it and stuff, and that was cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good show. Let's talk about it next week.
Cool.
Get your thoughts.
Perfect.
Future of DC. All right, and the chat's been blowing up tonight, man. I love this chat. Thank you all for showing up here. And
Always good.
Chat
Thank
with
you
us.
for hanging out.
Yeah.
Joey, Leo, Dwayne Steela.
Whiplash
Thank you
Mania.
guys.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Let's get
Bye.
out of here. Peace
Bye-bye.
out. Woo.
You guys, this is all Kyle's mom's fault. Shut up, Cartman. Kyle's mom is the one that started that damn club, and all because she's a big, fat, stupid bitch. Don't say it, Cartman. Well, don't do it, Cartman. Well, I'm warning you. Okay.
Hello, peasants. Want to kill all humans?
Work there, dude.
We'd like some money.
Yeah, money.
Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed? 10-6-9er, we got whores in the city. We need backup now. Don't be so dang literal.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Oh my god, the government is here. Run.
Hey, barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Ich bin ein Springfielder.
Shut the hell up. I've got the strangest feeling someone's gonna kick his ass.
money is cool.